Good morning. Good morning, everyone. So nice to see everyone here this morning. Muy buenos días a todos y bienvenidos a Kean University. I am Ada Morell, Chair of the Kean University Board of Trustees, and on behalf of the board, we welcome all to Kean University. I am very happy to be here this morning and to see all of you in person. I also have the pleasure of inviting you to the President's reception immediately after the speech. The reception will take place in the atrium, that's the 6th floor of the STEM building. And now, best of all, I have the honor and the privilege of introducing to you, live, the President of Kean University, Dr. Lamont Repollet.
Good morning, and thank you, Chair Morell, for that kind introduction. Good morning to all Kean University board members, including our 3 new appointees, Ms. Bertha Little Matthews, Mr. Rajiv Malhotra, and Mr. Richard Torres. Good afternoon to all of our elected officials and special guests. Thank you all for your support over this past year. We have assessed, restructured, and built the foundation for us to be here we are today. Good morning to my wife, Darlene, my daughter, Taylor, and my daughter, Lauren, who is joining us virtually from Morgan State University. I hope she's joining me virtually from Morgan State University. I would like to thank my family, especially Darlene, who has supported me throughout every step of my journey. Good morning to all of Kean's faculty, staff, students. Special shout out to the members of the football team who are joining us here today in Wilkins Theater. We are so excited to cheer for you starting this Friday, September 3rd, with the home game against Delaware Valley University. I encourage everyone to come out and support our Cougar football team as they kick off what I know will be a successful season. And a very special shout out to faculty, staff, and students in our campus in Wenzhou, China, who are joining us virtually today, as well as our Kean family on the Ocean campus. And I can't overlook our beautiful Skylands campus. We are all excited to be here today. I feel the promise in this room, but before I begin, I'd like to ask all of us to observe a moment of silence for those who are not fortunate enough today to be here with us. Those who lost lives in recent Afghanistan and their families. Those who are currently suffering from the devastating impact of Hurricane Ida. Let us keep all of them in our prayers. Thank you. Standing in front of a sea of faces here in Wilkins Theater seems surreal, and I'm extremely humbled. Just a year ago, I stood before an empty theater and delivered my first opening day speech as the 18th president of Kean University to a virtual audience. While I felt the connection during that speech, nothing compares to having the Kean University family here on campus with me this fall. This is the moment that I've been waiting for. Getting here today took dedication, sacrifice, and hard work from every single one of us. None of us could have anticipated the events of the past 18 months. We faced a global pandemic that turned our world upside down. Social and civil unrest as members of communities of color faced attacks and more unjust murders. A presidential election and tumultuous transition to a new administration. And an insurrection that shook us all and showed us how fragile our democracy can be. But despite it all, our democracy prevails. We prevailed, and we continue to rise. Especially here at Kane, we effectively use our remote time to build our comeback to be bigger and better than when we left. We didn't allow the pandemic to stunt our growth. Our talent and team remain steadfast in their commitment to our students every step of the way. We invested in our students, staff, and faculty, and have outlined an academic course to elevate this university. We've been supporting our students every step of the way, distributing $33 million in federal COVID relief funds directly to them. These funds are distributed as cash payments and are not restricted for use to pay tuition or fees. In the midst of a global pandemic, we recognize that students have all kinds of extraordinary emergency needs. Putting humanity first requires us to be flexible and mindful of what our neighbors and community members are facing, even if we have personally been fortunate enough to escape hardship. Last year, I talked about using ACE, my continuous improvement model, to help guide our approach to systemic change. This model is designed to help us achieve our mission through crucial self and peer assessments, collaborative problem solving, and implementation. In our mission, Kane University dedicates itself to the intellectual, cultural, and personal growth of students, faculty, and professional staff. In particular, the university prepares students to think critically, creatively, and globally, to adapt to social change and technological environments, and to serve as active, contributing members of their communities. Over the past year, we have assessed the university's landscape and identified opportunities to design an institution that will change the trajectory of our students' lives. We built a division focused on student success and retention, and just launched a new division to build and strengthen our connections to the pre-K to 12 world. We welcome the John S. Watson Institute for Public Policy and Research, a critical component to securing our position as a premier urban research university. We've invested in human capital and welcomed over 50 diverse new faculty members last week. We are also proud to welcome our new provost and senior vice president of academic affairs, Dr. David Birdsell. Ultimately, we are building a community to help us achieve our goal to receive Carnegie classification as an R2 institution. R2 status is based on a complex methodology that is primarily focused on the number of doctoral degrees conferred each year and the total amount expended annually for research across the university. In my first opening day address, I focused on grit and resilience. I knew our Kane family would need both to come out stronger after a tough year. Honestly, I couldn't be more proud of the work we have done to positively impact our community. I'm here today asking you for something else this academic year. Regardless of your role, we all serve a purpose to the success of this institution as per our mission statement. I need you to be an engaged member of our community so we can put our plans into action. Let me be very clear. Leadership doesn't start with your title. It starts with your action. Engaged leaders are a crucial part of our continuous improvement model. I want to see you engaged in the educational process and engaged in our campus community. Quite frankly, our collective success relies on your engagement. If you need some inspiration, check this out. Welcome to your world-class education, where access meets opportunity. Kane's motto is Cougars climb higher because our students do great things, and we'll be with you along this journey. See you soon.
Welcome to Kane.
欢迎来到肯恩大学。
Welcome to Kane.
هنكايا فاكتاتين سكين.
Welcome to Kane.
أهلا وسهلا تفضلوا لكين.
Welcome to Kane.
Bienvenidos a Kane.
Welcome to Kane.
At last year's opening day, I introduced 3 pillars that continue to guide our work as we welcome a new academic year: safety, equity, and academic excellence. I am pleased to share some updates with you on what we've done to ensure safety, promote equity, and enhance academic excellence, and also share our next steps for the upcoming year. Over the last year and a half, survival was the goal at most universities, and understandably so. I am so proud to stand before you today and say that in spite of all the unforeseen challenges thrown our way at Kane, we did more than just survive. We did what was needed to keep everyone safe, but at the same time, we worked diligently, building new systems and structures to make sure we're the best version of ourselves. This was an all-hands-on-deck effort, and we could not have done it without faculty, staff, students, and every member of our university community remaining engaged despite all the challenges this past year. We took a number of safety measures on campus, including vaccination requirements and a vaccination site and COVID testing in Downs Hall as part of our partnership with Union County. Our unique partnership garnered some attention. Let's take a look.
Well, the pandemic changed the face of education, with virtual and hybrid learning dominating the school year for so many. But some students at Kane University who are interested in medicine are getting a unique opportunity because of COVID. News 4 New Jersey reporter Pat Battle gives us an up-close look.
An hour before it opened, there was already a long line outside the Union County vaccination site on the campus of Kane University, and inside, a group of Kane students eager to help them through the process.
I learned how to properly swab at the COVID site. I learned how to facilitate.
They're all preparing for careers in the medical field, and this hands-on experience with a lab, a vaccination site, and a testing center right on campus is something they couldn't get in any classroom.
If we imagine 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, when the pandemic was not here, this experience would most likely not be given to a student or a recent graduate. So learning how to extract viral RNA is something unique and special.
Jose graduated Kane last year with a degree in biology. Both he and Paolo work in the laboratory on campus testing COVID specimens collected at the testing center. They do virtually everything but vaccinate here.
They provide positive outlook and happiness and greet all of our guests with a smile, and it's really been invaluable to all of us.
These young frontline workers are themselves at risk and have learned to mitigate it.
Here at this site, not the testing site, everything's done according to CDC guidelines and everything, so everything's done incredibly safely. Safety is the number one thing we worry about. Speed is last.
Helping their community is first.
You get a lot of different kind of people that come into the vaccination center and to the testing site. Like just yesterday, I had somebody who was deaf. So you learn about how to accommodate different types of people.
And in helping others, they help themselves.
Just, being around other people, small human interactions, even we're still, keeping safe distances from each other. It's been good for my mental health, and it's very rewarding.
I never imagined I could be giving so much to my community back.
Paolo was shadowing a physician before COVID hit. Alex is delaying medical school, but this education, invaluable.
It helps you to gain strength and also that confidence in what you're doing so that you can always reassure the patients.
For me to have this experience I love it.
At Kane University in Union, Pat Battle, News 4, New York.
Amazing. Amazing. One of the most exciting parts of having a testing and vaccination center on campus is the opportunity for our students to gain real-life work experience, both on the ground at the sites and in our new federally certified CLIA laboratory that processes COVID samples to expedite results. Along with Princeton and Rutgers, we are one of only 3 universities in New Jersey that is able to process COVID tests on campus. Thank you to Dean Boshin and the New Jersey Center for STEM Technology and Mathematics for spearheading this effort. However, I'm so grateful to Union County. and in particular Union County Manager and Kane trustee Ed Oatman for their continuing partnership to promote public health. Also want to thank Governor Murphy and members of his administration for their support as well. Our students also took advantage of experiential learning opportunities off campus. Through the School of Health and Human Performance at the College of Education, our students and alumni helped vaccinate over 2,000 people in pop-up clinics as part of the Be the Change initiative. Their goal is to bring vaccines to the most marginalized populations to promote equity and social justice. With funding from the CDC and the New Jersey Department of Health, they did just that. They have administered vaccines behind dumpsters, in parking lots, at train stations and rehab facilities, and to the homebound right at their front doors. Our students also helped run an emergency food pantry that feeds about 300 families per week who have been impacted by COVID. Shout out to some of our current students who have been working alongside their fellow students and Kane alumni to support our community during these trying times. Sarat Basari, a senior biology major hoping to attend medical school after graduation, and Quincy Galliard, a sophomore major in community health. Let's give them a round of applause. One of the best parts of our community is that regardless of background, race, religion, or sexual orientation, we find ways to coalesce and support one another. Our Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion help us do just that. Over the past year, they have worked to build on the university's commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion through innovative programming such as our first ever Lavender graduation ceremony highlighting our LGBTQIA+ community, various trainings for faculty and staff, and spearheading the university's participation in NASPA's 5th Culture of Respect Collective around ending campus sexual assault. They will also work collaboratively this upcoming academic year as they launch a campus climate survey in spring 2022 to help identify areas for improvement for all Kane students, faculty, and staff. As the proud home to so many first-generation students, we have a duty to be mindful of the hidden cost of a college education. I know that as a first-gen student myself, no one warned me about how expensive textbooks would be. Am I right, football players? So I didn't see it coming my first semester, to be honest with you. For some students, that kind of curveball can derail their education, especially during a pandemic that continues to cause economic distress. We know that open educational resources, or OER, can be a game changer for our students. We are serious about our commitment to OER as a means of advancing equity. More than 800 course sections no longer require textbooks, removing one potential obstacle to enrollment and persistence to graduation. We held our first OER conference in March with the theme of equity, inclusion, and access. The virtual conference attracted more than 1,000 participants, plus speakers from universities all around the world. See, we are not just working to expand the number of courses we are offering using free resources instead of costly textbooks. We are also leading the way among our fellow universities to draw attention to the importance of OER and to elevate that conversation. The amazing team at Nancy Thomas Learning Commons spearheaded the OER conference, and we thank them for their continued commitment to supporting students. The NTLC team, led by Mohammed Hassan, has demonstrated their commitment to continuous improvement in line with my ACE model. Based on data collected over 3 years, the staff defined a need, enhanced communication and support to attract more freshmen. They designed a plan that resulted in a 46% increase in the number of students utilizing the support services in just one academic year. NTLC also offered 246 workshops last year on a variety of topics from information literacy to ADA technology to time management and exam anxiety. The team does whatever it takes to optimize support for students using data to assess needs and examining their impact to continuously improve. Their approach is a model of what I expect from the entire university community. You see, ACE is cyclical. First, we assess our current situation. Then we create a plan including rigorous goals that are relevant and timely. And next, we execute the plan, gathering data throughout the implementation and using it to return to the beginning and jumpstart the assessment process again. I've also tapped into our most crucial stakeholder group as educators, our students. We often forget how much we can learn from simply listening to our students' voices. Our students come with diverse perspectives and insight that can enhance their college experiences, foster meaningful change across the campus community, and improve how we provide the world-class education that prepares them for success post-graduation. I am proud of the students I had a chance to work with closely over the last year. My President's Advisory Council consists of student leaders from various groups around the campus. We met monthly to provide them with a forum to discuss issues that students face on campus. Some of the student leaders from my advisory council helped organize the town hall meetings I held in the fall and the spring so that all students had a chance to ask questions. I charged my team to follow up with each student within 24 hours and provide a plan to help address their concerns. We also posted the questions and responses on our website to allow those who weren't able to join a chance to review what was discussed. This kind of transparency and accountability helps build trust and community. Elevating student voices spur innovation. My first meeting on campus with a group of student leaders highlighted an important opportunity to help diversify our faculty. The students were clear. They wanted to see themselves represented across the campus. They want faculty and staff who look like them. This feedback spurred the idea for the Equity in Action Presidential Postdoctoral Fellowship. Last year, we set on a path to proactively recruit the first cohort of fellows that not only amplified academic excellence in their scholarship and work, but also reflected our students. Our advisory committee, composed of stakeholders from across the university, sifted through hundreds of applications, conducted interviews, and selected 6 dynamic candidates that we welcome to the Kane family this fall. I ask that the new Equity in Action Fellows stand now and be recognized. This program would not have been possible without the cooperation and support of the Kane Federation of Teachers. The local president of KFT, James Castiglione, and local negotiations chair Frank Algofreire demonstrated their commitment to equity and to our students by working with us to reach a historic agreement to launch this new Equity in Action Fellows. I want to thank them. I thank them because we were united in doing what is best for the university. And I thank them for being trusted partners in this important initiative. You see, when we elevate the voices of our partners in the local labor unions, together we are able to tackle challenges. Over the last year, I have met formally and informally with presidents of our local labor unions, including James Castiglione from KFT, Stephanie Hawkins from CWA, and Marie Kaprinsky from Kane's Adjunct Faculty Union, to foster open dialogue and build trust. We won't always agree, but we can work together productively and respectfully to find common ground and push this beloved university forward. After all, we share a common goal. We're all committed to moving the needle to pursue that our beloved university continues to grow and thrive. With a strong foundation of trust and mutual respect, we are able to tackle tough conversations about complicated matters like vaccination and other safety measures to keep our entire Kane community safe from COVID-19. We know these extraordinary times we're living in. There are no simple solutions to a lot of these complicated, sometimes unprecedented challenges. But together, we are working through each issue as it arises and doing our very best to protect every member of our campus community. We owe it to ourselves and each other to do just that. When I stood before you last year, virtually, for my opening day address, I said that extraordinary times call for extraordinary acts of leadership and humanity. This thinking has guided all of my decisions in anticipation of this moment today. Working collaboratively to put safety first is how we reach this moment, welcoming all of you back on campus. And I can't tell you how excited I am to be here today. And I felt the energy when I walked out of this room, so thank you. I thank you because we were thinking about you the entire time we were remote, making investments to benefit all of you. And I am so proud to show off all the things we've done in preparation to welcome you back. Faculty, we heard your frustration about Blackboard. Mine too, I told a class. And created a committee to look at Blackboard and other learning management systems to determine how best to meet our specific needs here at Kane. I have shared your recommendations with our new provost, and he will determine our next steps. Based on recommendations from the university's promotions committee, I approved a record number of academic promotions and sabbatical applications. When the R2 Advisory Committee requested over $3 million in supplies and equipment, I happily approved this investment. This is just one tangible example of our commitment to achieving R2 status. Faculty and staff, the East Campus Wellness Center, and new cardio classes were designed and reimagined just for you. Our finance team examined staff compensations among similarly sized state universities and did a comparative analysis. We discovered that our salary scales were not on par with our peers, and I was pleased to increase our compensation across the board to begin the conversations to put our university on par with other peer institutions. Students, where do I begin? This is the second year in a row that we had a 0% increase in tuition. Student Affairs teamed up with Student Health Services to create wellness spaces around campus, including cardio rooms and computer labs in our residence halls. Outside of Marion Student Center, you'll see new basketball courts, a volleyball court, and a brand new multi-purpose turf field. When you walk inside the center, you'll notice that the computer lab was transformed into a technology lounge, equipped with informal learning spaces to encourage creativity and collaboration. And just down the hall, check out the newly redesigned game room, which is upgraded to modernize to create a more comfortable environment for you to relax. Don't relax too much, though, okay? Not during class time. And unwind in a safe environment. Part of the game room will also be used for the new esports program that will be launched by the athletics department this fall. This innovative new program will give you the opportunity to compete in multiplayer online video game competitions, including games like Madden NFL 21, Super Smash Brothers, and Rocket League. That clearly must be a hit because those games beside Madden is the only one I knew about. But we didn't stop there. Our new athletic director, Kelly Williams, and his team have been hard at work improving our facilities and upgrading our equipment to reward our student athletes for their hard work and sacrifice during this pandemic time. Our winning tennis team now has brand new courts to play on. We have a new turf on the softball field, football field, and baseball field. And check out these new uniforms.
You should always go for greatness, because anything else is a waste of time.
It takes hard work,
early mornings,
and mental discipline. It's about how hard you can get hit
and keep moving forward. don't step down.
We climb higher.
I'm waiting.
We are Kane Cougars.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. I don't know about you, but those uniforms, they look sharp, they look tough. Our teams have much to celebrate after persevering through the pandemic. Head coach Neil Iavero recorded his 700th career victory on March 12th against New Jersey City University. Head softball coach Maggie Acker recorded a 500th career victory on April 20th against William Patterson University. Now, I'm very excited about this acknowledgement. Our field hockey team tied for the highest GPA according to the National Field Hockey Coaches Association, tying with MIT for this prestigious honor. I was proud to give the entire team rings to celebrate this accomplishment. Look at the bling. 112 student athletes were named to the New Jersey Athletic Conference All-Academic Team. Pitchers Nolan Rowan and Taryn DiGiacomo each threw a no-hitter during the spring season for our baseball and softball teams. You see, at Kane University, we will always celebrate academic accomplishments along with our athletic victories because now it gives a true definition of what student athletes are all about. So thank you for that example. Over on the East Campus, the basketball court, and some didn't even know we even have a gym in the basketball court at East Campus, was renamed the Jacqueline Towns Court to honor NBA star Karl Anthony Towns' late mother, who died from complications from COVID back in April 2020. I was honored to stand with Karl Anthony and his dad, Karl Anthony Sr., to dedicate the court to Mrs. Towns. Karl Anthony could have chosen any basketball court at any university to dedicate to his mother. But he chose Kane. You know why? He chose Kane because his mother had a great experience when his team, St. Joseph's, played different teams, especially national teams, here on our campus at Kane. And this was his mother's favorite gym. And we are grateful for his generous donation and honored to be the home of the Jacqueline Towns Court. So when you get a chance, please go over there. Your athletes, you might have seen that court, but it's an amazing court. We celebrate our commitment to safety with the reverence for those we lost to COVID. With a pandemic this scale, there's hardly anyone in this room among us who has not lost someone they love. Now more than ever, we need to come together as a family and support one another. You see, our alumni are important members of our Kane family. At the end of my remarks of graduations, since we had 10 different ceremonies, I told our 2021 graduates that Kane will always be their home. Class of 2021, you persisted under truly extraordinary circumstances. And you're here today because your community, your family, whether born or chosen, loved and supported each and every one of you. Count this moment, this day, as one of joy and triumph. Kane is and will always be your home. Cougars climb higher. Congratulations, the class of 2021, and God bless.
Looking at everyone now, I see a generation filled with the dreamers, the realists, the action takers, and the visionaries. And congratulations, class of 2021. We did it!
That is the greatest day on our calendar. That's the day that we celebrate you. And that was awesome. And we're not letting alumni from either classes get away either. We are seeing increased engagement and giving from our alumni network. And I can't wait to welcome our alums back to campus for homecoming and other events this fall. As evidence of our growing engagement, we saw a 567% increase in giving for Founders Day. Since we started in 1855, we asked everyone to give $18.55, and we were overwhelmed by the outpouring of support. Alumni are engaged because they see great things happening to foster that Cougar pride. I am also proud of my President's Scholarship Fund, created in partnership with the Kane Foundation. So far, we have raised in 1 year during the COVID year enough to cover tuition and fees for 2 students to complete their undergraduate degrees. We have to reach back as we climb, and my scholarship fund is one way to lift up our students and set them on a trajectory for success. The most important way to ensure that we set our students on the path to success is to uphold our tradition of academic excellence and raise the bar to continue reaching new heights. We continue to expand our degree offerings, and we celebrate the accomplishments of our distinguished faculty. Last spring, the first class of doctoral students graduated from our newly accredited occupational therapy program at the Nathan Weiss Graduate College. Department Chair Dr. Claire Murray was awarded the Roster of Fellows Award from the American Occupational Therapy Association in April. This is the highest honor an occupational therapist can achieve. In March, our Physician's Assistant Studies program was granted provisional accreditation, a great achievement that we all celebrate. Over at Hennings College of Science, Mathematics, and Technology, we now offer a new degree program in environmental science and a minor in environmental health. To support their work and others, the impressive George Hennings Research Wing opens for faculty and staff this fall, complete with 9,000 square feet of multi-purpose lab space designed to attract cutting-edge grant-funded research and researchers. The College of Business and Public Management now offers a BS in economics. Their faculty-student team earned first place in the National Marketing Madness competition and also won Best Paper at a prestigious international research symposium. In our liberal arts college, Dr. Jerron Kong earned a grant from the Japan Society for the Promotion of Sciences to continue research on her book project, Borrowed Sounds, a cross-cultural study of the 3rd century China about the Silk Road. Jerron is headed to Japan this spring. I hope she takes me. I'm available. On sabbatical to pursue this work. Associate Professor Mia Zamora, Director of the Masters in English Writing Studies program, co-founded the Socially Just Academia Project with Dr. Mahabali from the American University in Cairo. The project seeks to create new, inclusive global vision for higher education. At Michael Graves, the first class of Masters of Architecture students completed their studies in the spring of 2021, including 2 students who won Student Design Awards from the Newark and Suburban chapter of the American Institute of Architects last fall. And across the globe at Winslow Kane University, our stunning new building to support the fast-growing architectural program opens this fall and will not disappoint. At Kane Ocean, we added 4 new graduate programs and 2 new undergraduate programs. And please join me in congratulating Dean Barbara Reidner from our College of Education, who was named an Impact Academy Fellow by the Deans for Impact. Dean Reidner, we applaud you, and I know you will represent us well. Your commitment to learning and growing exemplifies the motto emblazoned in Latin on our cane seal, always learning. In the midst of all of these enhancements to our academic offerings, I am thrilled to introduce our new Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. David Birdsell. Dr. Birdsell joins us after a long tenure at Baruch College, part of the City University of New York system, most recently as Dean of the Mark School of Public and International Affairs. Dr. Birdsell's appointment follows a comprehensive national search led by an executive search firm that produced candidates who were considered by a team representing stakeholders from across our Kane community. The selection committee worked diligently to find just the right candidate for Kane at this pivotal moment. As a veteran higher education leader and celebrated political communication scholar, Dr. Birdsell will leverage his background as a transformational leader to usher in a new era of excellence here at Kane. At Baruch, he focused on equity for students from diverse backgrounds, raised graduation rates, and enhanced philanthropic support for the school. His commitment to equity and academic excellence match up perfectly with our priorities. Dr. Birdsell, we welcome you with open arms, and we look forward to the positive change you will bring to our Kane community. Please stand to be recognized by your new Kane family. I mentioned this earlier, but I am proud to share that in addition to a new provost, we are welcoming over 50 new faculty members to campus this fall. This is just one way we are investing in our faculty and our university as a whole. Our new faculty includes some rock star researchers who will bolster our efforts to attain R2 status. New faculty, please rise to be recognized. As we move towards R2 status as a world-class research institution, we brought in $5.3 million in external funding last year. Our success rates for grants were higher than ever before. A whopping 75% of proposals submitted were selected for funding. And if you know about grants, you know that is an incredible number. We received competitive grants from prestigious sources like the National Science Foundation, the National Institute of Health, and the National Endowment for the Humanities. Funding from one NSF grant enabled 14 of our computer science and technology students to participate in a cyber security hackathon and display their research posters at the Great Minds in STEM conference last fall. Two of these students, Xavier Doe and Faria Pia, took home first place honors for their research projects. One visualizing COVID-19's impact on New York City traffic, and one showing how to turn a home voice assistant into a study tool. Let's give them a round of applause. Our incredibly talented students also made this year's Research Day a success, with over 2,026 students participating remotely despite the pandemic. Check it out.
Research doesn't take any days off.
It's not your regular 9 to 5.
Research doesn't just help us understand the world around us.
It helps us understand each other.
Heal each other.
And empower each other to change the world.
We research our past.
To see
And build.
A better future.
No one said it was going to be a walk in the park.
But sometimes, you have to dig deep.
During the 2021 academic year, 10 students engaged in research at top R1 universities like Harvard, Princeton, MIT, and Rutgers. As you can see, we are on our way to being a world-class research institution, and the addition of the John S. Watson Institute for Urban Policy and Research boosts our credentials as a research university and solidifies our focus on urban research. I am proud to welcome the leader of the Watson Institute, Dr. Joseph Youngblood, who is our new Senior Vice President for Transformational Learning and External Affairs. Dr. Youngblood's focus on service learning and civic engagement extends across New Jersey and to cities around the world. The Watson Institute's partnership with the New Jersey Urban Mayors Association positions Kane as an urban anchor institution, focusing on policies and applied research to create sustainable solutions to the most pressing issues in our cities. Last spring, Dr. Nikki Sheets, director of the Institute Center for Urban Environment, was appointed to the White House Environmental Justice Advisory Council, which advises the Biden administration on national policies and programs to address environmental issues. Barbara George Johnson, Vice President of External Affairs and Urban Policy and Research, was recently nominated by President Biden to serve as a member of the Board of Trustees for the Barry Goldwater Scholarship and Excellence in Education Foundation. Kudos to Dr. Youngblood and Ms. George Johnson and their team for thank you for moving us forward as an urban research institution. You see, Kane is truly the place to be, a place where successful careers are launched. In fact, this fall, we will welcome 1,797 freshmen, an increase not only compared to last year's pandemic numbers, but the years that preceded that as well. We may have been a hidden gem before, but word is getting out that we're on the rise, Cougars. Five recent graduate students from the Robert Bush School of Design were selected as part of a group of 31 nationwide to be mentored by top creative leaders in the advertising through the Advertising Club of New York's Andy Awards. Organizers aim to identify the next generation of leaders, and 5 of the 31 seats went to Kane alum. You do the math. This illustrated self-portrait of Valu Adewalure is an example of the talent that led to their selection. To make sure that even more of our students persist to graduation and go on to the world and make us proud, last year we created a new division focused entirely on providing students with the support they need to stay enrolled. The team and the Division of Student Success and Retention hit the ground running from day one, and they haven't looked back. The division encompasses many of the programs that were already in place at Kane, as well as some new systems of support. The Passport program and the Spanish-speaking program, now known as Supera, became 4-year programs to extend the timeline of support for participating students. Supera means to overcome or triumph. As you will see, that's exactly what the students in our unique Spanish-speaking program are all about.
When you are Latin, you don't have many opportunities. In university, they have a speaking Spanish program. You can get opportunity for you and your family.
I entered through the Spanish-speaking program as a freshman. This program helped me improve a lot because my English wasn't very good at that time, and they offer classes in Spanish, and they also offer classes in English.
It was hard to comprehend the classes, the students, the professors, and the Spanish-speaking program helped me through the struggle with the Spanish classes.
We take great pride in being a Hispanic serving institution. We take great pride
and our first generation students. So once they arrive on campus, we are fully equipped to make sure that we make their transition to college incredibly successful.
I think it helped me a lot to improve as a student, as a human being, and I'm very grateful with that.
Los advisors también dan muchos consejos y eso beneficia mucho a nosotros los latinos que venimos aquí para cumplir un sueño. Y mi sueño es ser arquitecto y yo lo voy a obtener aquí en Q University.
Without that help from the Spanish-speaking program, I could never finish my major here in the United States of America.
So I mentioned earlier that I'm humbled, and when I see that video and countless stories like that, I get choked up. And I say to myself, look what God does when we put our best foot forward. So for the third year in a row, Kane's ranked first in the nation among large public universities and received gold status for being a military-friendly university based on a military-friendly school survey. In the spirit of continuously improvement, our veteran service team isn't stopping there. They were recently awarded a grant of nearly $500,000 to enhance student services for our student veterans. We were also recognized as a first-gen forward institution by the Center for First-Generation Student Success for our support and advancements of students who are the first in their families to attend college. We launched the Center for Advising Persistence and Success, affectionately known as CAPS, in May, and since then, CAPS advisors have helped nearly 5,400 students register for classes. We established the Cougar Connection Center of Social Work to promote and prioritize a sense of belonging on campus for all students. Utilizing a holistic approach, the center offers safe spaces for case management, emergency financial services, and connections to food, shelter, and clothing resources. You see, because we know that COVID presented unique challenges for students struggling to just stay in school. That's why we use some of our federal corona relief funds to give 451 students the Cougar Care Grant. This grant was designed to retain students who have struggled academically and financially due to COVID-19 and help them persist to graduation. You see, this is just one way we use our federal COVID relief funds to demonstrate our commitment to our students' success. I am proud of the division. It's almost like double Dutch, right? You gotta sit and wait, right? I don't know when to go, but I am proud of the Division of Student Success and Retention for all the work they've done over the last year. But it's important to note that ensuring that our students persist to graduation is the responsibility of everyone in the Kane community. Every single faculty member, staff member, and administrator and student plays a role in making each and every student feel safe and connected to the tools and resources they need to succeed. You see, this division represents a commitment we all make to each other as members of the Kane community to support and uplift each other and to help one another through the challenges thrown our way both individually and collectively. More recently, I created the new Division of Entrepreneur Educational Initiatives, or EEI, because that's a handful, trust me. This division will focus on building relationships in the pre-K to 12 space and bring my vision for a pre-K to bachelor pipeline to fruition. As we build and enhance systems to support our current students and help them persist to graduation, we will simultaneously build a pipeline to boost enrollment by partnering with school districts across the state. We are pioneering a new approach to building much-needed connections between higher ed and pre-K to 12. Staying true to our roots as a teachers' college, EEI will work closely with the College of Education to provide training and support teachers around the state. And this vision started with this program. It started with the Kane Scholar Academy, a new dual enrollment option for rising ninth graders. I say that, rising ninth graders. In its inaugural year, KSA will welcome 89 students from 11 districts who have already received their Kane student IDs. Remember this, rising ninth graders. And are official members of Kane before they even begin high school. So can you imagine that? The experiences and the opportunities we are creating for these young people will change the course of their lives and their families. They will develop a sense of belonging on a college campus amongst you as they earn college credits. They will explore different majors and eventually earn credits in a selected major before they even receive a high school diploma. Take a look. Let's give our young scholars a round of applause. You will see them on campus this fall. When you see them on campus, they might get lost running around here on the weekends. Just stop and say hello and give them words of encouragement. Because remember, they're doing this before they go to high school or in high school. So please, let's give them another round of applause for those students. Our innovation and progress don't stop there. We want to provide our students along the pre-K to bachelor pipeline and beyond with enrichment opportunities in addition to academic challenges. In the fall of 2020, we were able to keep the arts alive at Kane with an outdoor performance of Family Lou Hamer Speak On It. This year, our program received a 170% increase in funding from the New Jersey Council of the Arts. As we look to the fall, we have fresh and exciting programs returning to Kane Stage and Premier Stages. Upcoming events include the winner of the 2020 Play Festival, Year 1, musical acts Black Violin and Branford Marcellus, and many more. So please continue to check our website. We're excited to host our first ever Artist in Residence, Los Angeles-based Knowledge Bennett. An Asbury Park, New Jersey native, Bennett returned home to debut his new collection of work, Pieces of a Man. You may recognize his work from the popular Netflix series Black AF, created by Kenya Barris. Knowledge's body of work spans 5 galleries across campuses and will run September 1st through December 17th. Not only will he house his latest collection, which he created just for Kane, he will lend his expertise and teach master classes to some of our very own art students on campus. And if that isn't enough, Knowledge is also establishing a new scholarship and donating a piece of art called the Triptych to kick it off. Here's a sneak peek of what to expect during his campus takeover. about you, but I'm excited. I don't know about you, but I'm excited. We are also gearing up for homecoming like no other. After 18 months away, we'll welcome back current students and alumni in the truest sense of the word homecoming. With our renewed commitment to alumni outreach and engagement, we're excited to welcome back Cougars from all generations to campus. You can expect live music from the President's first annual Jazz and Roots Music Festival on the East Campus lawn, a football showdown between our very own Kane Cougars and those TC&J Lions, our Athletic Hall of Fame brunch to celebrate the athletic prowess of our generations, of past generations of past athletes, games and giveaways, and just an all-around good time. So I say this, you don't want to miss these events scheduled for October 12th to the 17th. I hope to see us all on campus. Now, I've been kind of holding this for a little bit. I'm excited about this one here. So for all of our sports fans, the university has another exciting partnership to announce today. Kane is now the official education partner of the New York Jets. This new venture will provide extensive opportunities for Kane, including courses co-taught with the Jets each academic year, as well as access to internships and career opportunities for students and alumni. So for the first time anywhere, don't judge me on Knowledge's video, okay? Don't judge me. For the first time anywhere, take a look at our official announcement video. Here at Kane, we say Cougars climb higher, so it makes sense for us to partner with an organization that supports our vision. I am proud to announce that Kane University is now an official educational partner of the New York Jets!
The Kane University Foundation is dedicated to creating partnerships that benefit Kane students, faculty, and programs. This is going to be an academic touchdown for the Cougars.
Kane students will have exclusive opportunities to learn from the Jets organization through classes and internships, and Kane alumni will have access to job opportunities with the team.
Working together, we will help Kane Cougars climb to new heights.
So it may not be as flashy as Knowledge's video, but I did ask them, can I have the Kane bus with the logo ride into the stadium? But they said, no, at 10 o'clock you have to get out because the Philadelphia Eagles are coming. So we got bumped for the Eagles, and I'm okay with that. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that exciting video announcement, right? All the work we've done to prepare for your return leads us to this moment. We put a lot of hard work to get here. Now it's time for us to test our plans. We will hold ourselves accountable and make tough decisions. While we may not always agree, we must remember to communicate respectfully to promote a culture of high expectations. That is why this year my administrative team will read Leading Out Loud by Terry Pierce, which emphasizes the importance of effective communication. We'll rely on data, actionable data, to inform our decisions and keep us focused on our goals. This November, I will meet with Frank Wu, the president of Queens College, in anticipation of our Middle States accreditation visit in January 2022. Preparation for the visit is in full swing, and I'm getting more and more excited as the day gets closer. See, part of the Middle States process includes self-assessment and identification of areas for improvement. So it's exactly what we do as part of our ACE process. And I can't wait to welcome the Middle States team to campus in January as we put our best foot forward to show off our impressive progress and identify areas for us to grow. Last year, my administrative team read The Empowered University by Dr. Freeman Hebrowski, and the board members as well. Freeman Hebrowski is the president of University of Maryland, Baltimore County, a school not unlike our own. Like us, UMBC started as a regional commuter school and has since grown into a celebrated research university. So you can get a hold of that book so you know exactly what we're doing and some of the strategies. The book is filled with useful strategies to effectively look in the mirror and recognize opportunities for improvement and innovation. I hope you can see a theme emerging. Continuous improvement will be the foundation for all that we do, whether it's middle states, the ACE process, pursuit of R2 status, the campus climate survey, or book studies. And data will drive the conversation. So we will go from improvement to goal setting and implementation to assessment. This year, we will elevate the use of data to drive all of our planning, goals, and critical decisions. I have restructured my cabinet and executive team meetings to be data-focused and data-driven. See, last year, to me, was that assessment stage. I look at my process, the AID process. I really looked at the landscape. And as I was getting an informal indoctrination to the university, last year's cabinet meetings was about information. And my team kept on pouring into me. And as a result of that, I've assessed what we need to do. But now we created a plan. So now we're going to execute that plan. But see, using data is an important way to advance equity. Used properly, both quantitative and qualitative data can help eliminate bias and preconceived notions and empower all of us to take a hard look at ourselves. Under my administration, identifying areas of improvement is not frowned upon. In fact, it's exactly what I expect. Our university community grows and evolves together. We are building the trust we need to challenge each other and honestly identify and confront our areas of growth. I've witnessed greatness here at Kane. First as a student, then as a trustee, and now leading the charge as the 18th leader of this great university. And every time I return to this campus, I fall in love all over again. I love the dedication and commitment of our faculty and staff. I love the curiosity and determination to succeed from our students. I love the endless potential right in front of us to take this university we love so deeply and climb to a new level of excellence. I don't know about you, but quite frankly, I love being a Kane Cougar. See, last year, I closed my opening day remarks with a challenge. I asked, as we write the 18th chapter of Kane's history, what will your verse be? Now, as we celebrate a physical return to campus and stand on the precipice of elite status, I once again issue a challenge. What will you do to lean in and engage even more deeply in our community? What will you do to identify new ways to support our students and enrich our campuses? And lastly, what will you do to assess honestly in the spirit of continuous improvement and set goals for yourself to reach higher? The opportunities before us are right here, right in front of us, in this moment, are endless. Join me as we charge ahead and reach new heights. And if you know me, you know I will not slow down. But however, I need all of you alongside of me as we climb higher. I say every opening year, Happy New Year. Thank you, and God bless. Kane Cougars climb higher, baby! Let's go, Cougars! Let's go, Cougars! Let's go, Cougars!
Broken down